Hey y'all, Lee Bratcher, President of Texas Blockchain Council. I'm here with Representative Cody Harris of Palestine, Texas. We actually just stepped away from a lively and spirited networking event and happy hour that's happening downstairs. We've got 150 plus people here from the DFW Metroplex. Some crypto education classes, Bitcoin 101, DeFi, Taproot upgrade for more of the advanced audience. But we stepped away for a minute just to talk about the policy process in Texas and why Texas needs to be a leader in this space. So, Representative Harris, you've been in the legislature, you served for a number of years now, and you guys are beginning to think about 2023 when the legislature comes back in January. So tell the audience a little bit about, first of all, why Texas needs to lead in this space. What can this industry do for the state of Texas? And why you're here tonight. What has caught your attention about this space?
Absolutely, Lee. You know, as you said, looking forward to 2023 when the legislature goes back into its regular session. We're poised to really take a lead both nationally and worldwide on blockchain and cryptocurrency policy. You know, I'm a guy from a town of 18,000 people. So what am I doing up here in Dallas at a blockchain convention? Well, in studying it and looking into the whole industry, I am wholly convinced that blockchain technology is here to stay. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. And I really believe we're just at the infancy of the entire industry. And so, you know, as Texans, we pride ourselves on being, you know, the Wild West gunslingers. And that's kind of, we have that opportunity again to go out there and lead on this entire industry. You know, we've been known as the oil and gas state, you know, so many different areas that we've led in. And as leaders of the state, we're constantly looking for areas to grow our portfolio, for lack of a better word. You know, we never want to be in the situation that we were in the 80s when the oil and gas market tanked and the entire Texas economy tanked.
Right.
You know, I'm wholly convinced that blockchain and cryptocurrency are one of the main ways that we can protect against that again. It's coming. We need to be the ones at the forefront leading the world and setting the standard for how to do this well and correctly.
I love it. So I've talked to one of your colleagues in the House, Representative Capriglione, about this idea, and I won't ask for a comment from you today. I'll just kind of get your thoughts on the broader ecosystem. So he and I have talked about potentially tokenizing the Texas gold bullion depository. So, you know, several years ago, some of your colleagues passed some legislation, and I'm assuming you voted for it. If you didn't, you could not tell the audience.
Of course I did. Joe was the author. Of
yes,
course I voted for his bill.
I'm sure you did. I wanted to assume that. So we brought some gold to Texas that we were paying New York to custody for us, paying them a lot of money. And we built a bullion depository there in Leander, Texas, just north of Austin. What would it look like if Texas were to be able to tokenize that? I actually, the governor, we've mentioned this to the governor before, and he got kind of excited about it. Of course, he doesn't make that kind of policy. He signs it. Once you guys write it, he signs it into law. And it may not even take legislative action, but I think it actually would as we dive into the policy. To be able to tokenize that gold and have it be a Texas coin traded on as a cryptocurrency, but backed by gold. The gold in the Texas bullion depository.
You and I haven't visited about this yet. This is first I've heard of the idea, and I absolutely love it. I mean, that's fantastic. Absolutely.
Yeah? Well, I wasn't even looking for that comment. I was just kind of broaching the subject. I think Giovanni's excited about it. We'll continue the conversation. Here's another question for you. So speak to why this could be a bipartisan topic. I mean, we were just talking a few minutes ago about you know, the federal DC is broken, right? There's a lot of dissension, polarization. The Texas legislature still gets things done, and there's just some disagreements. We've seen that, you know, this last session. But on things like this, when it comes to communities flourishing, jobs, there's a lot of agreement between the R's and the D's.
That's right. What the media portrays is that it's this constant right versus left battle. And that's true in a lot of cases, but in reality, I'd say the majority, you know, we look at 4,000 bills a session.
Yeah.
The majority of what we're seeing is an urban versus rural fight, where it's less of a left versus right fight. So that's, you know, water policy, flood mitigation, infrastructure, roads, banking regulation, go on down the list where it's not a heavy partisan issue that we're debating. And it's been a while since we've seen something new at the table that is truly nonpartisan. And that, like you and I were talking about earlier, this is entirely a nonpartisan issue. It's something that we can all come together and say, this is what's best for not only the state of Texas, but every single citizen in the state of Texas. And we've got to lead on it. Let's do it.
I love it. Representative Harris, thanks for being here.
For having me. Appreciate it.